Hey, Rob here, response review. Condolences to a young man, 17 years of age. Sam had this accelerated aging disease, and they were supposed to honor him at the Patriots game. Instead, they had a moment of silence. He was actually supposed to be there as an honorary captain, and so sad. And, my condolences, first of all, to his family, his friends, people that are grieving and mourning the death of this tragedy of this young man. And, my concern, friends, as a minister of the gospel, really is the topic of eternity. And, whether you live to be 8 or 108, the inevitable is we're all going to take our last breath one day. And certainly no one out there is immortal unless you found the fountain of youth. And, when we all do take our last breath, either the elevator goes up to life insurance to heaven, or it goes down to a place where you'll need fire insurance, a place that Jesus Christ himself taught about in the Bible called hell. And, how long is eternity, you may ask me? Is it a billion years? Is it a billion times a billion years? Friends, eternity is without measure. I mean, we will never die. We're spiritually created beings. You will live forever. And unless you have your life surrendered and submitted to the Lordship of Jesus Christ, you cannot have the assurance and insurance that when you take your last breath, that you will make heaven your home. And the only way you can be assured that you'll make heaven your home when you take your last breath, once again, is by having your life surrendered and submitted to the Lordship of Jesus Christ. And, God comes by invitation only. He'll never knock, crash, or blow the door down to your heart. God's not a party crasher. God gave us a free will. God didn't create robots, so you can accept Christ out of obedience or reject him out of disobedience. In other words, we all control the doorknob to our heart. And I promise you this, once you open the door of your heart, just a crack, the Lord will come in with his great grace, mercy, compassion, kindness, most of all, his irrevocable, unconditional love. And, the Bible is very clear about the love of God. It says in the book of John, chapter 3, verse 16, "For God so loved the world, he gave his only Son. If you would believe and receive Christ, you would never perish. You'd have everlasting and eternal life." And, God desires no one to perish under the sound of my voice. He wants us all to have the insurance, once again, that when we all do take our last breath, we can make heaven a home. And decide to recite a simple prayer after me. Say, "Jesus, thank you for dying on the cross for my sins. Thank you for being my Lord and Savior." Again, my condolences to a young man, Sam, 17 years passed on, and my God, it's just a sad, sad, sad story. Friends, the Lord loves you. Desire to subscribe to my ministry channel via YouTube. Go for it. Also under the search Robb Wood 1. I do have many other ministry videos where I do elaborate, talk about the Bible, Christianity. Friends, the Lord loves you. Be blessed.